It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Seemed pretty bright, but okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Ooh. Booty
Excuse
call.
me. I'm going inside.
Oh, I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
I'm not a customer. I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he? Here?
I really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning...
Gracie, say goodnight.
It's your problem.
Yeah. You have no claim to him. Just because you wear your low-cut shirt
Okay.
to work every day.
I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Your eyes. I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it about you?
Just shut up and kiss me.
Also, I'm distracted by the fact that there really aren't very many books in your bookstore. Like, I know regular people with more books than that. Is it always so wet?
I guess so.
I spoke to one who smelled of death. He gave to me his ears, and crosses that were marked were made into a veil of tears.
What on earth does that mean?
Was the meter correct for that?
Oh.
Is that what a booty call is? I thought a booty call was when you actually like telephoned somebody and said like, "Hey, come over and."
Well, I guess. But wasn't she kind of responding to his earlier booty call?
Well,
She's calling upon him for his booty.
He was stalking her. It was not a phone call.
Who's that guy? Hello?
He's you know, Malia's minder. He's gonna spy on us for the rest of the time. He was there in the original game too.
I forgot about him.
Yeah. He looked like a weird scarecrow.
He's really bad at spying.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's there to intimidate us.
Oh, okay.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way.
Okay. You still have the same shirt on, or you have like 4 identical peach low-cut tops.
Well,
Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Did you
could tell him
find
to
out
go away.
anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
That is incredible. Sometimes I can't find stuff that I need just with a Google search. Let's tell him to get the hell
Get
out
the
of here.
hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Yep. So that hasn't changed. Let's check out the newspaper.
Time stated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also spots an ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler. Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Wow, that makes way more sense than in the original one, where you just like help Sam for no reason, and then he happens to be a jeweler. Okay. So now, wait. Oh. He lists his actual contact at a bar?
Well,
That's some dedicated drinking.
yeah.
The so-called voodoo murders are over at last, says Detective Franklin Mosley of the New Orleans PD. Our investigation has turned up that these murders were the result of an underworld drug cartel war. The war is now ended and the people of this great city are safe again. The police say they are doubling efforts to crack down on the underworld drug trade that briefly turned New Orleans into its private battleground. Okay, so we need, if the old game is the same as this one,
You need
then
more coffee?
we know that we need to give Mosley 3 things that he needs to reopen the case. We have to prove that there is an actual voodoo cult in New Orleans. Prove that they're a
good
threat.
coffee.
And get him a lead on the case. Grace just gave us some information that they're a threat because they've killed people before. They're linked to an earlier murder. To know that they're a legitimate cult, we need to go back and talk to the professor. Because he will have researched the Veve.
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
I don't see why he has to announce that to her every time he leaves.
No, it's pointless. Okay, and yeah, the Napoleon house is on our map now. Tulane. Still no grandma's house. I don't know when we're gonna get to that.
Surely they didn't cut out. Well, no, she is full of useful information. They can't cut out Grandma.
Well, I don't know.
She's got backstory, unless they convey that all in the
Napoleon,
graphic novel.
Hartridge's throne.
God damn, it still seems like the music is really loud. What were they thinking?
Let's make the music really loud.
I know that they're proud of the soundtrack, but Jesus Christ. Alright. Oh, where is Hartridge? Oh,
The
his
door
office
to
is,
Hartridge's office is locked.
it's still off the lecture hall.
The door to
Yeah, like that's gonna stop us.
I guess we can't talk to him today.
Huh.
the podium.
What's on it, though?
Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture.
Alright. Fine. Well, I don't want to go see. I think. Okay. Well, I guess the game wants us to just go and know and find out from Mosley. You know what? I believe that they removed the beignet guy
The beignet guy?
from this
A
game.
drummer has decided
Aw.
to sit up outside the police station.
I do not think we are going to see the beignet guy.
Oh,
Yep.
beignets, though.
Mm-hmm. And that officer is still standing there.
That's his job, apparently. Nice snake umbrella can.
How come only 3 people work at this police station?
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch.
It's pretty easy to tell that that one drawer is not part of the background.
Yeah, it really looks a lot more interactive than the other drawers.
I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
Mm-hmm.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Ding.
All right.
How can I convince you to
I already told you. Still need prove. Get.
Okay, so I can't just tell him about this article. But I can
This is
show
a
it to him.
newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
We cannot yet prove that there's a voodoo cult. Because we have not talked to Heart Church about it. Alright, let's get out of here.
Hey, they're a threat.
We decided to walk front ways.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good
I
one.
liked it better the other way.
Yeah, me too.
It was much funnier.
What was that story? The horse walked up to Napoleon, but he walked up with his ass end toward them.
Yeah, they had trained the horse to walk backwards so that he could back away from the king, but instead he kind of backed toward him, which wasn't what they were going for. All the horse knew was that he was supposed to walk backward.
What else do we need to do? We actually... I wonder if we should go to Napoleon House now. We're gonna need the entrance, but actually what I was thinking was maybe the overlook. Because we still haven't talked to Crash about this. Let's see. Do we need to pay for this? Okay, good.
Apparently not.
Oh, I see. Each one of these points to a certain... Oh, how do I get out of this? I think I want maybe that one. I need to be looking where the rhododrummer is. Nope.
Nobody picked up that chair?
No. No, they left it.
There's a can by that one. Maybe that's to indicate that that's the one.
Hey, what's up with that can? Nope.
Or not.
It's always the one.
It's always in the last place you look.
It does not look to me like that points farther that way, but okay. Looks like that points to the left.
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
Getting some tips on some beats.
Yeah.
Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
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 The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits.
I think that's new. I do not believe that was there in the original. Balcony. Can't look at the can.
Aww.
Now I will never know what kind of can that is, or what it used to hold. This was a pretty overwrought scene in the original. Let's see how they handled it. Oh.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away.
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
You know what? In the original game, we had to show him the bracelet to get him to talk to us, but we do not have the bracelet. We only have this mold.
Do you recognize this?
No. Don't waste my time.
Better go get that bracelet.
But, I mean, how long will that take? We can't get that bracelet. Unless they've changed it, we can't get that bracelet. Let's try the Veve.
Do you recognize this?
No.
No. So, I don't know. Because that's going to take like a day.
Do you recognize this?
No.
Bummer.
Well,
Maybe he's faster at it this time around.
faster.
Come on, talk to me.
Bracelet?
Alright. Get out of here.
Why is that thing so glowy? Can you interact with it?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
Oops. I didn't want to go that way. Well, yeah, I guess I'll go try to go to the... But the thing is that I need the luck.
Oh, yeah.
The luck stuff. And I can't get that without buying Willie Jr. And I can't buy Willie Jr. until I sell the father's painting.
Adventure game logic.
Yeah.
Yup.
Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
No.
Yeah, we need to find out that Sam is really
Could I ask you a few
superstitious.
questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years. Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games. It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks. So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodoo-ien and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
Why is he a poor guy?
That's same dialogue as in the original. I don't know.
Nah.
Alright.
Just because they're on display doesn't mean you're allowed to touch them.
Alright. I think let's pick up the girl, not grab the girl.
Oh.
Okay, but we still can't buy Willie Jr. because we're broke. Hartridge is not there. I don't know. What do we want to do? Ah, here we go.
Hey, kids!
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
Yes, I am. I do not care
Maybe.
about this.
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace.
Sure.
Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel!
Here's the 100.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it.
I
can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
Kids, this is a cautionary tale about backing up your files.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
Leah Ramini's entire conversation there was, I would say, like a factor of 10 better than what this actress just gave. It was like genuinely emotional.
See you later.
See ya.
I'm not sure that this actress is incompetent. Maybe they just didn't tell her. But Grace would have been very angry, and I didn't get that sense from that interaction.
She just seems sort of moderately disapproving.
So back up your files, people.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it. All right. Give me that shit.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't insult me, monsieur. The price is $120.
What? You said you'd sell it for 100 before.
You misheard, monsieur. The price was always 120.
Would you take 50 for Willie Jr.?
Don't
What?
You misheard.
That's interesting. Let's see how that is
Mind
going
if I
to
ask you a
change.
few questions?
Ask what you want.
Oh, I should look at the sign that's there. And that will tell me what the
The
lagniappe.
sign says, Special St. John's Eve Lagnia. Free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Something extra.
We know we need that gambling oil. Although I don't know why we don't just buy that gambling oil.
Yeah, well, then we wouldn't
Can
have
I
our
ask you just a
crocodile
few
head
more
and
questions?
Whatever, man.
At this point, we don't even know why we need that.
What can you tell me about
Yeah,
St.
but
John's
it's cool,
Eve?
so we
It's
want
the
it.
biggest night of the year in voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
That's very helpful. Thank you. Well, no stealing sign.
Can we look at
The shelf holds containers of dried items,
For black
flowers,
kitties.
grasses, and black cat bones.
Black kitties are fine.
Herbal oils for love, luck, power, and success.
Okay.
To get what's in the case,
I actually have money. This thing in my inventory is money. Is currency. Okay. I give up. Let's try going to the Voodoo Museum.
Hello,
Maybe
Dr.
they'll
John.
tell us
Glad you
that
could
we need
return
it,
to
and
us,
then,
Mr. Knight.
Like,
Huh.
then we'll be able to make him sell it to
How
us?
will we get him to negotiate down?
I don't know.
I don't know what else to ask Dr.
I'll
John
be
at this
going.
point. Okay. Another thing that we haven't done
Hey, Grace.
is ask Grace
boy.
to research rotodrums for us so that we can decode what that rotodrum is
Got a
saying.
minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
All right.
Go see Grandma.
Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting. Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking. Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
All right. Let's see if we can go to Gran's house before we talk to Wolfgang. Yes, let's have this banter again. And
It's
that leather
important.
noise.
See you later.
See ya.
Authentic leather noises.